Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Tonight, there are fresh allegations about the British barrister and evangelical Christian John Smyth, after an investigation by this programme into allegations that he'd violently abused young men in the UK, then in Zimbabwe. Now a church in a third country, South Africa, has gone public with what it called worrying concerns about his conduct. Kathy Newman is in Cape Town tonight. Kathy.
Yes, John, that's right. John Smyth had to promise more than 30 years ago that he wouldn't give spiritual guidance to young people. And yet today, his local church, just a short drive away, revealed details of contacts, some fairly extensive contacts, with university students. Now, some of those contacts are causing deep concern here. I should add that the church insists that there's no allegations that it's received of a criminal nature. But as in the UK and then in Zimbabwe, so too here in South Africa, concerns have been raised, and only now is the church taking action. In this quiet suburb of Cape Town, the British barrister and evangelical Christian John Smyth has shut himself in his house since we broadcast allegations he violently abused young men in Britain and Zimbabwe. Now we can reveal serious concerns about his behaviour have also been raised in a third country, here in South Africa. John Smyth appears to have established himself as a pillar of the expat community. But the friends and neighbours who have welcomed him are now shocked at what they learn about him. His local church met last night to discuss the allegations, and today the pastor issued a dramatic 5-page statement admitting worrying concerns about Smyth had been raised by congregants last September. Their inquiries concluded
that there had been no inappropriate physical contact, nor had there been any criminal acts.
But Smyth had been pastorally unwise in several respects.
His practice of meeting young men at a well-known Cape Town sports club that began with a game of squash was followed by a shower in a common shower, then lunch, over which we were told John would make generally unsolicited inquiries about the young men's experience of pornography, masturbation, and other sexual matters.
And
offering his advice regarding sexual matters that left the person feeling uncomfortable. Mostly this seems to have occurred on John's first meeting with the young men we spoke with.
University students are among Smyth's fellow churchgoers, seeing him, they say, as a father figure. We're told John Smyth has been giving spiritual guidance to students from here, the University of Cape Town. He's also said to have held regular prayer sessions for young people at his house for years. This despite concerns stretching back decades about his contact with young men. There is no evidence that any inappropriate behaviour took place on campus. The Smyths used to go to the Reverend David Bayer's church round the corner from his home, where he recalls Smyth's Monday night prayer meetings.
He just passed a remark that he had some youngsters who came to his home and that they had ministry time there together, and that he was only, I said to him, well done, because I'm sure you can do it very well.
The Smyths surprised Reverend Bayer by leaving his church suddenly a few years ago. Now he's angry with his old friend.
I'm angry on the one side because he's let down everything that he was standing up for, and therefore he turns it on its head. And people point and say, so that's the church. That's not the church. It was John Smyth within that church. Things go wrong in people's lives, and he is going to need help of some sort to sort this out inside him.
Reverend Bayer says he still feels compassion for Smyth and wants to see him.
I need to speak to him to understand and to be able to be of value.
What would you say to him if he was here right now?
I don't know. I could end up in tears probably. That he had such a hidden past and that he did the things he did. seems impossible from the man that I knew.
Senior figures in the church in Britain knew about that hidden past more than 3 decades ago, but failed to tell the police at the time. Only in 2013 did the Bishop of Cape Town get a warning from the UK. Now the churches Smyth attended, the friends he spent time with, are asking what they might have missed about the man they thought they knew. Well, after we first reported the allegations about John Smyth last week, the local pastor at his church had told him to hop on the first plane to the UK and face justice. His children are also putting pressure on him to do just that. And I'm told that he is making plans to return to Britain shortly. Obviously, if he does get back to the UK, he'll find that the police are continuing with their investigation. That's Hampshire Police. The lead detective on that case told us that they needed to take care and time with the alleged victims. So I've got to tell you that this story is not concluding anytime soon.
Thanks, Kathy.
I've been getting away.